Good morning again, Year 4, and welcome to Tuesday's maths lesson. Similar to yesterday, there are some green challenges for anyone attempting the Sapphire challenge. These will help out everyone else to complete theirs as well though. So I'd like you to stop the video and have a go at the mental maths challenges. Welcome back, Year 4. I'm now going to reveal the answers to the questions and you can please mark them. Now, in terms of completing 700 at 800, I can use 7 at 8 and my knowledge of that to help me to complete this calculation here. So I know also that double 7 is 14, double 8 is 16. Using my knowledge of doubling can help me to complete 7 at 8 is 15. I could have put the larger number in my head first of all, which is another good strategy. Once I've put the larger number in my head, 8, I could have added 2 to get to 10 and then added 5 to get to 15. This helps me to know that 700 at 800 is 1500 or 1500 as it's more commonly said. 6 at 7 is 13. 600 at 700, obviously this is my hundreds column, provides me with 13 hundreds or 1300. Because I've got zeros here, I can then just add my 78 back on to give me 1378. Once you've finished marking your mental maths questions, please go on to today's lesson. How are we going to be successful today? Well, what we're going to be doing is trying to refine our written method for subtraction and try to be even more efficient with how we use it. In fact, we're actually going to be choosing a slightly different method to make our subtraction more efficient. Now, everyone today, including the Sapphire group, is going to need to be able to subtract successfully. Most of us today are going to be using something called the same difference idea. And hopefully you might be able to explain why this method is efficient at the end of the session. As I introduce the Sapphire challenge, I would like bronze, silver, gold to try and complete these mentally. Now, 70 subtract 10, I know is 60. If I go to 70 on the 100 square, I don't need to count back in ones. I can just simply go to the number above it because that is 10 less. So 70 subtract 10 would give me the answer 60. I could prove that by counting back in ones very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a tricky jump back across from 9, 10. Now the same principle works if I start on the number 74. And hopefully if you've done this mentally, you've realised exactly the same. I'm just reducing my tens column by 1 10. 74, 10 below that, the answer is going to be 64. And the same works if I'm subtracting 2 tens. I can start on 60, subtracting 2 tens, let's just change the colour this time. From 60 then, I would go minus 10, minus another 10. I've in fact actually subtracted therefore 20. And as we can see, the number that I landed on was 40. And all these procedures, hopefully you've been doing in your head, exactly the same. 67, subtract 40. I know that I'm going to reduce my 6 in my tens column by 4 tens. So my answer is going to be 27. So I'm on 67 and I'm going to subtract 10, subtract another 10, subtract another 10 and subtract another 10. What I've done there is I've subtracted in total 40, 4 lots of 10. Each time I've gone to the square that is above then I'm actually subtracting 10. Although the number's above, the number is getting 10 times smaller each time. Sapphire group, please start your challenge. Everyone else then today is going to be using this method called the same difference method. Now, this is all about being more efficient when we've got numbers that involve lots of zeros. So I'm going to start completing this calculation. 0 take 5, I can't do. I'm going to need to exchange from this column. But I don't have any tens that I can exchange across. So I'm going to need to come to the hundreds column to exchange some hundreds into the tens column first of all. So my 600 therefore becomes 500. I'm going to take 100 across, so I'm taking 1 across, which gives me effectively 10 tens. 10 tens, as we know, is 100. Now I've got some numbers in this tens column, or I've got some tens in this tens column. I can exchange one of these tens, therefore I'm going to have 9 here, and I can exchange that 10 into the ones column, meaning now that my 1 10 I've put in, I can see that I've now got 10. So 10 ones, take away 5 ones, is going to give me the answer 5. 5 add 5 is 10. 9, subtract 3, although we're in the tens column, 9 subtract 3 is 6. 6 add 3 is 9. And 5 subtract 2 is 3. I've used my method, and lots of us can use that method very well with zeros. However, it takes time. I can do something very clever. If I subtract 1 from each number, I reduce each number down by 1, so 600 becomes 599, 235 becomes 234. I can find exactly the same difference. Because I've reduced both of my numbers by the same amount, my answer is going to be exactly the same because both calculations will have the same difference. 9 take away 4 is 5. 5 add 4 is 9. 9 take away 3 is 6. 6 add 3 is 9. 5 take away 2 is 3. 3 add 2 is 5. In that situation, I didn't even have to do any exchanging. So a far more efficient method. And sometimes you might still have an exchange to do, but not as many as when you've got lots of zeros. If you are going to be doing the bronze challenge, I would like you to start the work now and obviously rewatch this video at any point if you need to do so. You'll also find on the bronze challenges that I've actually reduced each number down on the calculation for you just to make the task a little bit simpler. If therefore you're going to be doing the silver and gold challenge, at some point you're going to be facing 4-digit numbers. Now we can see here, I've modelled this one already just to speed up the input slightly, that by doing 134 subtracted from 2000, 2000 take away 134, I have to do an awful lot of exchanging. I can't subtract 4 from 0, so I have to go to this column. But there's no tens, so in order for me to put some tens in there, I need to exchange from this column, but there's no hundreds. In order for me to put some hundreds in this column, I need to exchange from the thousands. So 2000 becomes 1000, making this then 10 lots of 100. Okay, I've taken 1000 across. 1000 is the same as 10 lots of 100. I can now exchange from my hundreds column to make my tens column useful to be able to exchange from as well. So I take away 1 from here, making it 9, carrying my 1 across, therefore making this 10. I then take away 1 from this 10 here, making this 9, meaning I've now carried 1 across here, meaning I've got 10 in here. 10 take away 4 is 6. 6 add 4 is 10. 9 take away 3 is 6. 6 add 3 is 9. 9 take away 1 is 8. 8 add 1 is 9. 1 take away nothing is 1, and 1 add nothing is 1. I get the answer 1,866. And I know for some of you, you have practiced trying to use this method with lots of zeros. However, I can reduce each number by 1. 2,000 becomes 1,999. 134 becomes 133. Now I can complete this calculation much quicker. 9 take 3 is 6. 9 take 3 is 6. 9 take 1 is 8. 1 take nothing is 1. Both calculations have the same difference, so my answer here also gives me my answer here. And I know they have the same difference because I was the person that reduced each number by 1, meaning that the difference stays the same. If you're doing the silver challenge, I would like you to start now. If you are doing the gold challenge today, then you are going to be starting with task B of the silver challenge, that is here, and then you're going to be going on to do some reasoning problems. Now, in this reasoning problem, I can see that Sam has tried to exchange where there's lots of zeros. I can see that Lucas has used a different method, and Jemima has used a counting on method. We're quite used to our work from year 3, where we would count on a number line for subtraction, and actually counting on a number line, as we know, can be very efficient when we're trying to find the difference. But you need to look at these methods, decide which is the most efficient. One of them has got a mistake, so or possibly 2 of them have a mistake. You need to decide who is correct, and then try all 3 methods to actually solve this calculation here as well. There is also a task B on Gold Challenge today. However, as I've said, I would like anyone even attempting gold to do the challenges on silver first of all. Please watch this video again if there's any part that you're not completely clear about. Good luck with today's challenges. Thank you very much, Year 4.